Hello everyone, Ben Austin here, your New Rules golf coach, and today we're at the Deerfield Golf Club in Newark, Delaware. We're on the 5th hole. Hooked my ball a little bit too far to the left, now I'm in some trees, and had a question about what do I do, or how do I hit get out of the trees. So, if you see couple bugs flying around, that's normal. It's middle of June, July. But the first thing that I do when I obviously don't find the fairway is I try to figure out where can I play the ball. Now, as simple as that sounds, usually you have a couple options. You have the safe option or you have the aggressive option. Okay, so the safe option for me would be to kind of chip it right out into the fairway, maybe with a sand wedge or pitching wedge. Just hit a little pitch out, so no harm. Just basically lost some distance on the shot. Or I could go aggressive and try to get the ball up closer to the green. Now, when you have a ball in the woods and you're looking at whichever shot you choose to hit, I want you to picture a window or a frame. What you're trying to do is basically hit it through that window. Now, in this shot, you can see that my frame is kind of that big rectangle right there. So I'm trying to get the ball to go through that rectangle. Now, in terms of setup and ball position, since I want this ball to be a little bit lower, I'm going to move it a little bit back in my stance, maybe just inside my right foot. Now, club selection wise, you have to make sure that you use enough club that the ball doesn't get too high up into the air. So if I was to hit this with a 7-iron or an 8-iron, I'd probably go straight up into the tree. So I want to keep this low. So I'm going to use my 5-iron, move it slightly back in my stance, so hopefully that'll keep the ball low enough. Now, one of the things that I see people struggle with the most is when they get into the trees, they want to curve the ball. Now, what happens most of the time is, let's say they want to hook the ball to hook. Well, they will aim their body parallel to the flag, and they'll get the club face closed at address. And when they hit it, the ball seems to go left and it hits the tree. Now, what you have to remember is that wherever this club face is pointed at impact, about 80% of the reason, but wherever this club face is pointed at impact is the way the ball is going to start. So if you hit a ball with a closed club face, you have a very good chance of hitting that tree. So when you set up, you want to you want to aim the club face where you want the ball to start. Okay? Now, we'll get into specialty shots later on, but for this shot here, when I set up, I'm going to aim the club face at the target, or through my window. I'm going to put the ball slightly back in my stance, and when I hit the shot, it's going to be more of a punch, where I'm going to try to really get my hands out in front, with very little follow through, and I'm trying to keep the ball low. Okay? So it's going to look something like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit one here. So I'm going to visualize my window. I'm going to pick out my starting line. I'm going to aim the club face where I want the ball to start. I'm going to put the ball slightly back in my stance. And now it's going to be more of a punch shot because I'm trying to keep the ball real low. Now, if I can get it up towards the green, I would say that's a good shot. Just so happens it almost hit the flagstick. But work on that when you're out playing. Visualize your window and remember that wherever your club face is pointed at impact is the direction the ball's going to start. So if you set up with the club face too closed or too open, that's going to make the ball start left or start right, and you have a very high chance of hitting a tree. So aim the club face where you want the ball to start. Visit swingreader.com for more information, or benaustingolf.com. You can also visit deerfieldgolfclub.com for more information. Have a great day.